Alright, update on Origin Protocol. So yesterday we made a video, we were looking at the 4 hours specifically. This was the fib that we had, and as you can see we've absolutely decimated it. We've blown out the top of this fib. So as we have invalidated to the upside this micro fib, it is now time for me to start drawing macro fibs and seeing if we could potentially be coming into a trend reversal. Now number one, your 618, this is your most important level, so $1 pretty much. This 618 is specifically $1.02, but I think anywhere between $1.02 and $1, obviously being the psychological level, is going to be major resistance for OGN, and will kind of define in the mid to long term if this was the bottom. At least in the short term, I do see us coming up to this $1 region. So we're at 73 cents right now. I think it is very likely. My number one scenario would be coming back down, back testing the 200-day moving average at 69, and then having a 46% increase up to the $1.02 region. Now, yesterday when we made a video for this, I think we were just over 150 million in market cap, and we've almost doubled the market cap since then. By the time I uploaded it yesterday, you know, I think we were maybe around the 200s or so, because I had a internet problem when I was uploading. But from where we recorded down here, what was it, 39 cents, so basically 40 cent, we obviously came up to 80, so the market cap pretty much doubled in the space of one day. If we look at the 4 hour as well, you can see this incredible volume came in once we backtested the 0.5, basically signaling that this was the retracement that we needed. I had my eyes on both the 618 and the 786, and I said as long as we stay above 32, which is this 786, we would be very likely to come up and test the 200-day moving average in the next few days. Now, I did not expect that, you know, from where I made my video 4 hours later, that was the back test we were done, and we were just going to start blasting up to the 200-day. I had it in my books that, you know, maybe this would take like a day or so, maybe this would take 2 days, but, you know, obviously the volume came in, we've got insane volume coming in. The RSI and the MFI are slightly, well not slightly, they're very overextended, but the number one point is that volume predicts price, and while we have this insane green volume coming in, I wouldn't necessarily be too focused on the RSI and the MFI. Obviously once maybe we start reaching, you know, very overextended levels above the 90s, we can start talking about potentially being a local top before a retest. For example, if we kept pushing up now, you know, we could reach the $1, but this would mean the RSI, you know, not up here above 100, but it could very much reach, you know, the 95s or so before having a big drop. This would be the most healthy scenario, where we do another retest of the 200-day, and then we have the momentum and the RSI to back a massive explosion and a reversal in price. But at least in the short term, in my opinion, this was the bottom. We did pretty much confirm that this was the bottom by this somewhat micro fib, and if we draw it from low to high, you can see we backtested the 0.5, showing that the market structure is still very bullish to the upside. We got insane volume coming in, confirming this was a volume confirmed retest of the 0.5. Extremely bullish. We started going off to the races. We obviously had our target up here at 70 cent, and we blasted through it like this target didn't even exist. I mean, if we come down to the 1 hour, you can see this wasn't even resistance for more than, let's see, so half an hour, literally like an hour and a half, and then we obviously closed the around about the 2 hour candle up here. So this resistance was resistance for like an hour and a half, and we literally sliced through it like it was butter. So what I'm looking for now, like I said, we've got this somewhat mid to macro term fib. I think this 618 up here at $1, like I said, is the number one region to keep your eyes on. But if we draw this from the top of the trend, get this perfectly down, you can see we have a 236 coming in at 92. So I think anywhere between 92 and $1 would personally be my take profit target in the short term, because if we did just blast up to there in the next day and the next 2 days, I think the RSI would literally be in the 90s. So for me personally, I would be out in the short term, but, you know, I'd say best case scenario, just to reiterate, push up to the 102, or rejection on the first time, take our time, cool off, which is what I wanted to do initially, retest this 200-day moving average, and by then, you know, hopefully the MFI and the RSI would have reset, and then, you know, by the time we're breaking out here, the RSI will still have much more space to go to the upside. So that is personally what I'm looking for Origin Protocol. If we do take this micro fib and see from a technical perspective, if we did something similar and backtested the 0.5 like we did with our first micro fib, then as long as we hold 55 cent, which we are miles above, then we still would be extremely bullish. Obviously we can come down to, personally I wouldn't like to see this break the 786, as this has been a massive pump now, so coming all the way down to the 786 would really be a harsh drop, and I personally wouldn't like to see that. I don't even think it is likely that we are coming down to the 618 or the 786, but technically speaking, the 48 cent, as long as we don't break 48 cent, we are still bullish. I think it's more likely, considering the trajectory of this, and you know what we previously did in the past micro fib, paired with the fact that Bitcoin is breaking out above 41.5 and 42, paired with the fact that the market cap of OGN is so cheap and there's so much volume coming in. I think a retest of anywhere between the 200-day at 69 cent and the 0.5 at 55 cent, as long as we hold those levels, we'll be extremely bullish. And yeah, we'll probably have another massive push up in the next coming days to $1.02. So that is all I see for OGN. Once again, this massive volume coming in is predicting, you know, everything that we need to do really. It looks extremely good. In my opinion, this was the bottoming signal that we needed to see for a lot of altcoins. And yeah, if you're holding this, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial advice, it's just my own opinion on the market. Cowboy out. Peace.